Hi Leo, how's it going?
I do. Good.
Um,
Thanks.
can you just take us through the changes from last week? Andrew Porter, Jimmy O'Brien out as well.
Um, Andrew, picked up a niggle in the first half, so he's unavailable. Caelan got a bang in the game and had some concussive symptoms during the week, so that's why he got pulled from the game this week. So he goes through gradually return to play. Gary Ringrose back in, so that's a selection one for in terms of Jimmy was Rico moving to the wing, but listen, it's a tight call there. Um, Obviously, Ronan Keller is back in. Obviously, he was missed last week as well. James Ryan's back in. Also, so Brian Deeney drops off the bench. Ryan Baird moves to six. Jack moves to eight. And Scott Penny obviously drops onto the bench then as well. Or as in comes onto the bench, not drops onto the bench, comes onto the bench. So, yeah, a few changes. But it's good to have, listen, experience. I think you're seeing across a lot of teams that there's a little bit of change there generally. 6 day turnaround is obviously makes life a bit more challenging sometimes as well. So, but it's good on the positive side to have guys coming back in fresh, very very experienced guys in terms of specifically James and Gary and even Rowan then as well.
Yeah, it's been sort of forewarned that Sale are going to bring a lot of physicality, particularly in their forward pack. Is that the type of game you're expecting?
Yeah, just even listen to their coach talking after the game around what industrial physicality, I think he described it as. So, north of England physicality. So, yeah, listen, I think it's going to be. Listen, we've come across Sale a couple of seasons ago. So, and listen, we've watched tons of their games over the last couple of seasons, and listen, a lot of experienced players in their team. Real what strong South African flavour when you look across their team as well, and guys that know to be physically confrontational and direct, and whether that's in attack and defence. So, it's a good challenge. But listen, that's what you expect, isn't it? You're a quarter final of the Premier competition with all the best teams, so it's a great place to be. But listen, it's a great challenge at the same time.
Robin McBride was talking earlier this week about how Edinburgh, the way they attacked the game, it felt like a free hit. It feels like that might apply to Sale this weekend. Is that what you're expecting? And if so, how do you challenge that with the way you approach the game?
Well, we still have to be able to execute. Is probably the big thing, from our own point of view, and nullify the threats that Sale will bring. So, depending, if they come in a kicking game, we're able to deal with that. Listen, and to deal with the conditions on the day as well. So, if they come with some kicking plans, like attacking kicking plans, which they influenced, I thought, well, in that RDS game we played a couple of seasons ago. If you look that far back, they come up with some clever plans. And test us. So we need to make sure we're awake for everything, really. So similar to what it would be like every week. So, but the big thing is you're seeing across the big games is, listen, it's teams are executing under pressure when it comes down to it. So whether, depending on how the game unfolds, listen, they're never going to be this perfect piece, are they? It certainly wasn't perfect against Edinburgh, even though there was lots of positive parts to our game. Totally different challenge this week, and we just need to be ready for whatever the game throws at us.
Just one more from me, if that's okay. Harry kicking 7 out of 7 last week. When you get into the knockout stages of Europe, having someone so dependable on the tee and also off it in the way he plays must be a massive asset for you, knowing that he's getting the nod of 10 to start and he's taking that chance.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, but listen, it's across the board. See, you can't rely on any one individual, can you? Like, everyone just needs to be able to deliver their best at this stage, because listen, there's so much work goes into getting a team to this point. So, and it's credit to everybody. Listen, there's the players first and foremost, but it's not just this 23 players. There's other players obviously who played parts in getting us to here, and then there's the players that maybe haven't featured at all in the competition this year, but they've still gone on to help prepare the team to get to be ready for some of the pictures that we believe Sale would throw at us. So that's an important part. And then there's listening, coach and backroom. Like, everyone will play their part in where we are at the moment. So it's important that we recognize that. But then when you've done all the work to get to this point, it's listen, making sure you put in a performance that everyone is proud of. Like ultimately, like everyone has to look themselves in the mirror at the end of the game or the following day. And listen, everyone wants to be proud of what they produce, particularly guys that have come through the system. They're playing in front of friends and family and all the rest. So, yeah, it's a great challenge for us this week. It's a great place for us to be. But now we just need to go out there and deliver, execute, and show what the group is capable of. So, but listen, say we'll be trying to do something similar, I'm sure. We can't be overly focused on them. We just need to make sure, like as the closer we get to the game, we just need to get our own bits right, and that's the great challenge for us. So on a short turnaround. So, but listen, I'm excited, looking forward to seeing how the guys go then.
Great stuff, Leo. Thanks very much. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Just on sale, they're without Luke Cowan-Dickey and Ben Rod. Has that changed your analysis of their scrum and their forward threat?
I don't think it'll change things too drastically. Yeah. Obviously we've heard pretty early in the week in terms of prepping for guys, but yeah, like you look someone like Simon McIntyre he's a very experienced loose end prop as an example. Ethan Kane, yeah, listen, he's more of an unknown, but he's still featured plenty for their team during the course of this season. So. In terms of their forwards, we know Dorian West isn't even from his time back in Northampton. A very experienced forwards coach which will place a strong emphasis around set piece. So, yeah, I don't think things change that drastically for them. But yeah, they're missing a couple of quality international players for sure. But listen, we're missing a couple probably as well ourselves. So maybe that balances itself out.
Sticking with the forwards, maybe that opportunity. Alex Usnov, his first European start, really great opportunity for him, and also Jerry Kerr. What a season for him so far.
The two lads have been exceptional now, I have to say. So, yeah, that would be a good example for us. Listen, we're missing a few loose heads as well. But yeah, listen, Alex has been great since he's kind of come into the team more in recent times. You're seeing him really kick on, and he's a young player. And when you introduce a young player into the team, you're never quite sure how they manage the level. But listen, he's been excellent, getting better all the time and getting better quickly. And listen, Jerry's just a brilliant story, where he came from the tail end of last season, featuring in an A game, and listen, we got him in training during pre-season, and listen, yeah, it's a fantastic story. The lads have really taken to him as well. So yeah, no, it's great for the two lads, and hopefully they feature prominently now tomorrow.
And then just one final one for me. Tom Roebuck, he's a real aerial threat. Are you expecting a really great contest between him and Tommy Enrico, etc.?
Yeah, definitely. The first thing is trying to pressurise George Ford's kicking game is probably the big thing, because if he's allowed sit back and dictate the game, he's an incredibly dangerous player. So whether that's with his running game, passing game, or his kicking game, so the big thing is just trying to take away some of his time. So then that obviously will have a knock-on effect to some of his kicking game. So, but that's easier said than done. He's a very, very experienced player as well. But yeah, listen, I would expect they will have some kicking plan, whether that's from 9 or for 10. But yeah, certainly Tom Roebuck is a big physical player. He's one of the many threats that they have that we would need to be aware of.
Thanks so much. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.